So I began to take a look at it. I didn't even know those who were behind it or anything of the sort. I just said, this is a new entry, and this is now making sense out of what an online uh, media publication should be. And so it's quite a relief to find that if one turns into virtual realm for information, one does not encounter only what I call the garbage of the trolls. And your father is a goat. Your mother was born in. The whole thing just became nauseating, and I went off it for a long time. So all I can do is congratulate the initiative. Actually, I consider it almost like a sibling product of the COVID times, because it is also tragically, unfortunately, ironically, is also the lockdown which enabled me to actually complete my last work, Chronicles from the Land of the happiest people in the world. So it's like in every cloud there's a silver lining, and I consider this the silver lining of the dark cloud of the COVID period, but one which, as silver should be, is illuminating in many ways. It's congratulations, that's all I can say. Happy birthday, and I hope many, many more editions and years of production. It's a journalism in the service of society. Oh yes, I know. For me, it's first of all, it's a collective issue. It's a collective task. It goes even beyond the journalists themselves, because after all, journalists rely on human product, human activities, human stories, and so the society itself is part and parcel, for me, of the journalistic enterprise. We've had, I used to boast over the years, until the social media came on board, I used to boast that Nigeria boasts at least one of the strongest, most courageous media enterprises on the whole of African continent. We've seen the quality of its product, its service during dire times, during dictatorships. Even now, when we're supposed to be running a democracy, we've seen how journalism rises to the task of keeping the state on its toes. Sometimes I feel that perhaps the other side of community, maybe journals don't quite probe deeply into that. I'm talking about the people themselves. Dealing with the state is an obvious target. The state stands to save or ruin society. We know that. But sometimes, and this is what led to my chronicles, sometimes society itself has to be taken to task. I mean, rigorously and ruthlessly. We have to ask ourselves, just what kind of people are we? What are we becoming? How is such a thing possible for journals to report and then to become so consistently reported that it seems as if a negative culture, a negative view of humanity, valuation of humanity is just being discarded and trampled upon. Now, this is where I think journalism really must tread new grounds, break new grounds completely, really confront society with what it has become, no matter in which sector of productive society. So all I can say is, once again, the challenge has got to be taken up and accepted. Otherwise, society then slides completely into an inescapable a morass from which there's no escape. Knowledge is, first of all, that to give credit to technology. Technology has, to a large extent, democratized the people, really empower the people in a democratic way. The question is, are the people abusing that technology? That for me has become the issue. And since we cannot escape that technology, it has to be sanitized. Journalists, editors, op-ed writers, and so on, reporters, have to accept the fact that certain rules obtained, certain yardsticks of responsibility obtained in the print media